Hello, I see a few of you have started popping on, getting ready for our 5:30 weekly Facebook Live. I put this note here because I messed up on the event. I put Saturday, November 19th for our next monthly sale, which actually should be Sunday, November 20th. So we've got that corrected on our Facebook page, and as well as a reminder right here in the front so that everybody can see that and I don't make that mistake again. So I'm just going to pop in all the stuff about shopping with us on our Facebook Lives. If you've not done this before, all you do is sold and the item. Make sure you say the item, folks. I'm having that experience with the lag, and I don't know which item you might be claiming. I try to give a little, hello, Debbie. I pulled your two boxes aside that you wanted. So anything else that you, hello, Pox. Mr. and Mrs. Pox will add anything else to your pile that you might want shipped out. I'm just popping up all the stuff here for people who may not have shopped with us. Hey, Carrie, on one of our Facebook Lives. We do sometimes see a new face, which we love to see. I know some of our regular buyers aren't, because that means that's more competition for them. So I've just put in here, hello, Kathy, Maureen. I just saw somebody else say, and so quickly here. You got it, Miss Mercy. All right, well, it's 5:31. I see that I've already got a bunch of you on. Just a little bit of housekeeping here. I made sure I made myself some notes here so I don't forget to mention things. I've already mentioned the Sunday for the November 20th live. The difference on that one is Don is the host. So you get a, hello, Dina. You get a lot more puns and stuff, and you get to hear us going at it. He's not here, so there's nobody sneaking up and adding to my pile today. And we do have show specials for that monthly one, but we are not doing the vignettes anymore like we used to. They're very time consuming, and it really wasn't supporting the Facebook Live, because if you already see it coming up to it, it's really not a surprise. So we're doing these more as like surprise. You don't know what items are going to be. I usually try to find things that just came in from the vendors that have not, hello, John, might not have been posted yet. So, and I did not do a vignette today. Just kind of doing a bunch of other stuff, and so I will be getting those back up as well, and you can shop those as well. I did a new YouTube video last night for Redreamable. That's our vendor 67, and I already had a bunch of sales from that. You can shop those anytime, 24/7 as well. And I do them on Tuesday nights now, because that's when Donnie's up at his CAP meetings. And beginning Monday, November 28th through Monday, December 19th. We're having a cutoff this year for our Mondays of being open 11 to 2. I will update our website. I've had some issues with the website page not working the way I need to, and I'm the administrator of everything, so it just was kind of not being cooperative for me a few weeks ago. So I'll go back in there and take care of that. Saturday, the weekend of, it starts Friday, December 2nd through that Sunday, and they have their own Facebook page, is the Christmas market, the German Christmas marketplace, which is now, it used to be at Lake Mohawk, but due to the crowds, not having enough room, not enough parking, they've actually moved it up to the Sussex County Fairgrounds. Now there's been some changes with it. I know a lot of people aren't happy. They do charge for parking now, because they have to pay for people to park, and they have to pay for the police officers that are there. They are not volunteers, the police officers that are directing the traffic there. So they do have to pay for those. And the whole idea of the Sparta German Christmas market is all the money that they raise from the vendors. They have over 150 vendors that rent the space from them for this event, and there's actually now an entry fee as well, which was never in the past. They actually raise a lot of money for different charities and nonprofits in the area. They'll pick usually one or two if they get a lot of money, and it'll be for the children, a food pantry. It's usually local. So yes, you have to pay to get in, you have to pay for parking, but this is a nonprofit event, and it's a lot of fun, and we would go, but instead of doing that, because we decided to do that Saturday night during the market, Saturday, December 3rd, we will be open till 8 p.m. because there's a lot of traffic here, and this way we can hopefully get some people going up and down from the event. If you're going and you're on your way back on Saturday night, it's at 7 o'clock, and we'll still be here for you. And we are closed Thanksgiving. So, oh, that's good. It's good to hear, Charlene. You don't want to be in there tonight. It's a little too cold. I'm hoping you're able to get in there Sunday and Monday, take advantage of that weather. So I have a whole bunch of different stuff tonight from all of our vendors that participate in our social media event here. So without further ado, you gotta be careful because I have some stuff piled here. I was able to start gathering early tonight. Let me get this going here. So first up, and some of the stuff did not make it. It already sold before I could get to it. So we have this really cool large vintage gavel with a turned handle, and this is 1760. This is the Judge gavel. We do very well with these. We have a lot of people that have family members or they themselves are in law, and they love to get these as a little gift. So if you have a judge in the family, I had a New York City Supreme Court judge in the family. He's since retired. So very cool gift for the judge in your family, or just for you maybe. You need to call order in your house sometimes, and your shouting is just not enough anymore. I have this. It has a felt thing. I don't know if this was put on by the person who had it. I don't want to pull it off, but this is a really pretty green pottery pedestal dish for $7.20. It's a very unusual color, and it's got that matte, that really pretty finish on it. So just a nice little, yeah, that's cool. It's very pretty. It's just, it's a little older. It isn't attached. It's not one piece. So we have that guy there for just $7.20. And for our friends, if you're watching now, you have to say sold and which item. After, when it's the replay, you need to message me because we don't see the comments at that point. This is really cool. I'm going to come around and show you. It's been recently reduced. It is a pretty little filigree top. Is it brass that she has on it? Brass perfume bottle. So you can see it's got a lot of details on it. And what's interesting about the dauber is it's not, you got to twist it. So you do have the long dauber in there. It does not just sit in there, it twists in there. So you don't have to worry about losing that one. And that one has just been reduced recently, so that's just, you got it, Mr. Pock. So that's just $9.60 for this really pretty little bottle. And you see how easy that was done. And like I said, these don't come in often, the gavels, and they don't last when they do. Especially when they have nice character to them. It's two different woods on there. It's a very nice one. Be nice if we had the history with it. You got it, Miss Kerner. All right, so I've got the gavel from Mr. Pock. I've got the, Miss Kerner's got the perfume bottle. Folks just joining us, never joined us before, see how easy it is. If you're local, just let me know that you're picking up. If you need it shipped, we do ship most of these smaller items. Now I grabbed this. It is missing the handle, and because of that, and because it's been in here a little bit of time, it is marked down to $4 and then 30% off, so $2.80. It's probably England. I don't see easily on here, but it's a really cool picture. What does she have on here? Made in England. I just don't see it. Baking company scene. Well, I don't see any name on it, so you can see where the handle went. Hello, Jenna. What's nice about this one is this would be a good one to hold kitchen utensils, rulers, and stuff like that, and it's just $2.80. We have our thing here that holds all our pens and stuff, and every time you pull something out, it falls. We have the garbage can right below it, so I just got to make sure I grab that out of there so I don't lose it. Now, also, if that was the Hip Chick, also from the Hip Chick, I grabbed this. It's absolutely stunning, and it's been reduced from 40 to 30, and then 30% off of that, so it's $21. It's amber with the clear handle and the base. It's an applied handle, and that is in the glass. That is not applied, so that's not going to rinse off of there. It's 10.5 inches tall. It's just $21 for the amber pitcher. It's very pretty. It's got good weight to it too. Now this has some fade to it, but it does have, you can still read it. It's a 1 quart Francisco and Sons Lackawanna Dairy milk bottle out of Andover, New Jersey. And this is $28 from the Hip Chick as well. And it has this metal clasp on it that has some writing on it. ABC 53 store something about it. But yeah, there is a lot of fade to it, but it's a wonderful local, and the other side's like almost completely, but you can still see part of the Andover there. You can see the cow has the Andover here. So there's fantastic local milk bottle from the dairy, that one of the dairies that used to be in this area. We have to have train, we used to have, there were 3 different train lines that ran through here, so it was getting picked up all over the place and being carted all over. This is from our vendor on Second Thought. This is a metal little apple bell for $8. So it's got like a little brass top and then painted red. It's got a nice sound to it. It's great if you collect bells, or if you know, the traditional gift for the teacher, if you need a little gift for one of your kids' teachers, that's just $8, or you know a teacher. That'd be a sweet little gift right there. Apple that never goes rotten. This is from our vendor, Burning Sensation Antiques. I'm going to come around so you can read it. It's a queen wide mouth canning jar. It's just $9.60, and it's embossed on the front. And on the bottom, you can see it's got Boston, Kivlin, Smalley, on thank, made in, Union made. So that's a nice old, with the original clasp lid on there. And that's just $9.60 for that unusual canning jar. Now this guy needs a little bit of cleaning. They kind of missed it in the, there's a little bit of schmutz there, but that'll come off. Fostoria etched glass double candelabra for $8.80. That is clear glass with the floral etching underneath it. Fancy schmancy there for your holidays or just for you to use. So there's still some wax residue in there. I was watching Ghosts. I've watched both versions. I watched the CBS version, the American one, and then I found that HBO Max had the BBC one, the original one, and he's trying to say wedding reception. Her husband had the hardest time saying that, and that's what I feel like with any time I have two W's, or WR, I just have a hard time doing it. This just came in today. This is from our vendor Pickin' Wildflowers, 9 inches tall, made in Portugal, solid copper teapot. This looks like a brass applied handle to it, and this is not brass on the top. I don't know if that could be tightened. Yeah, that has a little screw. Should be able to. You got it, Miss Marcille. You should be able to tighten that. No dents or anything. And that is price that I cannot do in my head. $15.20 for the copper and brass teapot or coffee pot. All right, this is from Miss Marcille. I have this beautiful candle holder. Through my pile over here, and then I got a lot of stuff on the floor and behind me here. Ooh, that's got some weight to it. This is a beautiful, it's not marked, I'm going to say ironstone based on the color, the weight, and everything. $24 for the stoneware pitcher. It's like that off-white color. No chips, no cracks. It looks like an applied handle. It's just a beautiful piece of pottery. And I know in the past, we had a lot of people jumping on one that I had up, so I found this one in the shop in remarkable condition. And again, that is just $24 from our vendor on Second Thought. All right, I got a few things piled up over here. Oh, there it goes. This thing got me before because it shifted and I didn't expect it to. It startled me. This is very unusual. It's an old butter pat press for $12. Very primitive. It's 2 pieces, and it's got the old. So I think because they are the screws on the top are the flathead screws, the older ones. And I think what you would do is, because they are drilled through, is you'd have to have a screwdriver though, because they're not going to tighten by hand. But if you want this to stand up, it seems like it would keep falling. I honestly don't understand the purpose of these screws because I don't see how it can hold this thing in place. So I'm sure at one point it had some kind of purpose, but it's a really cool primitive little piece for just $12. And if you don't know what something is and how to use it, it's art. I grabbed this from Good to Go. You got it. Yeah, it's just very unusual print. I'm sure that there's somebody on YouTube shows you how to use it. Why is my phone ringing? Let me just see who that is. If that's Donnie. Nope, don't know who that is. Decline. All right. telemarketers calling on my cell phone while it's in use. All right, so from Good to Go, I got you on the double bond, and we got this. Oh, why is that showing? All right, I'm gonna say this is 1960s, early 70s, made in West Germany. You have your barometer here, and it's shaped like a little ship wheel. It's in very remarkable condition, and of course he's got a price I can't do in my head. So that's $23.20 for the German barometer. It's got good weight to it. It's in very good condition. Honestly, I can't tell. Well, let's see, change. I don't know how accurate it is. I mean, it's because we're doing it inside. So it's got stormy, rain, change, fair, and very dry on there. And that's very cool. It's like this butter yellow kind of. It's lacquered. It looks like Bakelite, but I don't think it is. It's like it's a wood with a lacquer finish, and you have brass and little brass handles on there. So I'm just going to finish up the pile here from Good to Go, because I like to pick heavy things. And this crummer with the little dish. What did he do here? He's got them. All right, so these are sold separate. They're brass hammered, and they're each, this one's $9.60 for the larger, and then this one is $8. I think though he should have, I think this should be a set. So to kind of push it in, but he's got them separate. So this one is $9.60 and this one is $8 for the crummer and the pan. Now, I grabbed a heavy piece of cast iron. We really don't ship the cast iron pans anymore because of the weather changes. We might do it in the summer. We shipped a pan one time in the winter and never had breakage, but with the handling and with the freezing, and then it went into home and got warm, the cast iron pan actually did crack on the lady. So, of course, we refunded it. We didn't expect that to happen. Now, this is not super old. It's made in Taiwan. This is a cast iron holiday cookie tray from Good to Go, and that is $12. Now, I know a lot of people use these more for decorations, or if you wanted to make little ornaments and stuff. If you have like the clays that, you know, the self-drying, you can put that in there. Put a little bit of, I know some people use non-stick things like Pam so they can get the things out. You can make little ornaments, casts. You can use this as casting if you wanted to, or to make actual food in. And that is just $12 for that. And that has substantial weight to it. All right, so we are done with the counter. I just want to separate out the stuff. Oops, could have been clean. So I don't mix anything up. We have pots, and we have Miss Kerner, and Miss Merciel. And if you need me to go back and revisit anything, just let me know. We have a lot of Annalise to get through tonight. I know a lot of people like those. I grabbed all the Christmas ones that just came in from the back. So this is from our vendor, CJ's Finds. It is an amber flash 10 on nest, and this one is $16. Don't feel any chips. So the color's very good on it, and it's a good size, and that one's just 16. And that's one that goes. I was talking to, yeah, it is. I was talking to another dealer. He's not a dealer in here, but I was saying since we've been in this area, we started at the Cranberry Coop back in 1999 as vendors and have stayed in this area. So that's 23 years. And there's certain things that are consistently always selling. May not be as hot as one point or another, but things like the brass, the milk glass, they always sell. Hens on nests are always popular. So it's just interesting to see how in 23 years, certain things never seem to really fade out while other trends are just gone past the roadside there. I grabbed these from our vendor, the Looking Glass. These are the Lennox, and these are the older ones. These have the green stamp on the bottom. These are the small salts, the Swan salts, the individual ones. And these are $5 each. We've had in the past the larger Swan that matches these, and that would be the Master Salt. These are actually salts. So these are $5 each, but you can use them for other things now. But that was their original purpose. I could just see how beautiful that table would be if you have the Master Salt and these little ones with, you know, the whole table and set up all formal like that. Must have been pretty. Be nice with like a Victorian tea. Those would look good with the Old Country Rose too, Even though they're off-white, it'd still be a pretty offset. And I grabbed this little guy from our vendor. Now, Burning Sensation Antique. Sometimes my mind just turns off. He's a little brass turtle dish, and he is $9.60. Not big enough for a bar of soap, I don't think. And I don't see any markings on him. It's just very cute. Little turtle, $9.60. All right, now this guy, he is just $5.60. He's a little brass fly. He has his little hinged back here. Back in the day, they were a little bit bigger. This guy's the reproduction of the one that the Repro. His body was longer and he had little antennas, and this portion was a little bit bigger and it was a match safe. So he's just the little reproduction of him. He's just $5.60. It's very cute, solid metal little guy. His little back opens up and he's just $5.60, which is a very good price for this. Now from our vendor, Vintage Crush. And I do have some Christmas stuff, so we're starting to hit into some of that. Not super old, usable, because their stoppers are in very good shape. We have a little salt and pepper mouse and clock, right? Yeah, clock, for $4 for the set. And they are ceramic. I don't see any chips or issues with them, so $4 for that little set there. Now from our vendor, Betty's Treasures. This is from 2015, never opened, for our Peanuts fans. And that's $12. I do not recommend eating the Pez. Like I said, it has not been opened before. It is a full Pez set. Snoopy, Lucy, Charlie Brown, and Woodstock for $12. So I like the back. It's got Woodstock. And that's a limited edition. So great little gift for your Peanuts fans out there, Pez collectors. It's a nice one. I grabbed this from our vendor, the Looking Glass. I checked it. It does not glow. It has a slight tint to it. It's like a bluish green, very, very, very slight. And this is, she's 30% this month. She was 40 last month. Now she's back to 30. So this is $22.40 for the 2-quart measuring cup. And it's 2 liters. So you have your 2 liters, 2,000 milliliters on that side. And then this side is marked with your quarts and your cups and your ounces. So, and it's a batter bowl measuring cup that you can just pour out. And this is, who's this? Anchor Hocking. Anchor Hocking, USA. Microwave safe. Cooking use only. So that's a nice one for $22.40. Nice large one. You mix up your stuff in there and then just pour it right out up to 2 quarts. So that's pretty good size. Hello, Linda. Here we have a vintage galvanized pail. I don't see, it has a little bit of Christmas stuff in it because it had a Christmas tree setting in it that sold pretty quick. There is some rust in the bottom, but I'm not seeing any holes. It is all one piece, and this is from Pickin' Wildflowers. 11.5-inch diameter, 11 inches tall, and that's just $12. And it does have the handle. Nice old pail. These are great planters, Christmas tree stands, as we mentioned before, which will be happening very soon. If you do a live tree, these always look nice, classic look for your tree there. All right, like I said, I have a lot of Annalees to get through. I have newer and I have vintage. This one is marked as a vintage, which means this one, I don't see his tag, but he is Santa sitting in a chimney. The chimney is cardboard. I see where I found his tag. So he is I was going to say 1970, early 70s, because of this pouch reminds me of Holly Hobby. That was a popular fabric right at the beginning of the 70s. So this is the ones that were still made in the USA, and he is just $10 for this really cool old Annalee Santa in the little cardboard chimney. And he's just, like I said, you can tell his date just from his little patchwork sack there. So that's a good deal there. From our vendor, Andover Junction. Bucket. So just, oh, you want the bucket. Okay. Gotcha. Put your stuff in your bucket. Get that in there. Yeah, it's a nice one. And it's got some age to it. All right. Got your stuff holding your bucket. This is from our vendor Andover Junction. It's a vintage little Pyrex baby bottle for $12. I guess the little top. This is a rubber top, and it's, you know, like rubber when it starts to get old, almost crumbles apart. I will not be removing that because that is getting to that stage. So that's $12 for the old Pyrex baby bottle. Can't tell. It's this 4-ounce cup. Let's see what they did there. So they did PY, and then they used the R from the Pyrex going down here in X. So cute little Pyrex baby bottle. I'm gonna get these things out of here because I do have a small scale coming up, which is a really good deal. This is a nice tin globe, 5.5 inches, globe bank for $9.60. It's tin. A little bigger than the one that we had up here a few weeks ago. Siberia, let's see, where's Europe? Gosh, do they even have USSR on here? They just went right with Siberia. It doesn't even have Russia on there. America, United States. Yeah, so that's a nice little old tin globe bank there. Now this is a silver bell. It was probably an old beat up copper cowbell. $6.40. It's been painted very nicely, so it's not chipping or rusting anymore. And that is a nice big cowbell for $6.40, painted silver. You can see the little rivets on each side. And like I said, it's been painted, which is nice, so it's not flaking off everywhere. So if you follow, I follow on Facebook, and she does amazing work. Terry Palmer Signs. She hand paints everything, and she loves to paint on these bells. It's just an amazing artist. That's what made me think of this, because this surface is all ready to go. Again, if you're watching this as the replay, you have to message us to purchase. This is a fun deal on this one. This is one of the balancing scales. You know, we're on a judge theme tonight. It is brass. It has some pitting. Looks like it was probably used, I remember these back in the day. These were used as planters. Yeah, more cowbell. And a lot of times you would see them by the light that had the woman at the fountain, the sprinkle light there. And this is just $12 for the brass scale. So you can adjust this here if you need to, I think. Yep. See, this tightens it and loosens it. It's a flathead scale. So you have the scale adjusted for just $12. There is some pitting and erosion on it. Like I said, it was used. This needs to be tightened. I just did that. So I like that one. And it's a good price. You don't always see them at such a good price. Now we have the taller Amelie, $19.95. This one's $16. This is when they were still being made in New Hampshire. And he is, you got it, Jenna. Scale is yours. This guy is 13.5 inches tall. A nice little primitive Annalise Santa. I got Jenna for the scale first. And now I've got Dina for the Santa. So let me know. Jenna for this nice scale. Like I said, it's a flathead, so you can actually tighten that on up. And then I have, all right, so I have the scale for Jenna. I have Missy Bo, Dina for the Santa. He's a really cute one, too. Like I said, he just came in, and that's still made in the USA. The newer ones are made over in China, I think. And I have a few more Annalise to get through, as well as some other things hidden in this box down here. All right, so Annalise Santa for 16. Did I put Jenna's name on there? I did. I have a vintage, and a couple people freaked out by him today, but I remember this is my Santa from when I was a kid, had this kind of a face. Made in Japan, vintage Santa. He has a couple little issues, nothing major. He's got his little tag there. He's just $9.60. His head's a little wobbly, but he's still very cool. His arms are like, I don't know what his arms are made of. And he's got the little plastic boots. Late 1960s, early 70s. And it's really nice. His beard's got a little, little schmutzy, but, he has been around. Just $9.60 for the old Santa. And he's got his little belt. This is from our vendor. You can see I've got quite the eclectic mix tonight. This is from our vendor, Auntie's Attic. This is the full set, 8x6 is the total dimensions, $16 for your strawberry, and this can sit on the shelf or you can mount it to your wall. Vinegar, oil, sugar, salt, and pepper. You are not to use a lot of sugar apparently. And these are the old vintage made in Japan little spice racks with the original wood holder and the cruets and all the original pieces in there. So very sweet little piece for just $16. All the pieces are intact in that one. And yes, we can ship that. When I say we, I mean Don. All right, so I have from our vendor, Bronx Man Cave, for $22.50. It is a set of 6 New York World's Fair ashtray coasters, and they're metal, and they are from the 64 World's Fair, all of the Unisphere, and it has a little history about the Unisphere on the back, which you can still see over there in Queens. Also from our vendor, Bronx Man Cave. Let's see. $93.75 for this vintage speed limit 7 sign. And the letters are, it's not painted, they're applied on there, reflective, so I can only imagine where this was placed. I think it was 7 miles per hour. You can actually probably walk that fast if you really put your mind to it or run that fast. I know you can easily bicycle that quickly. All right, now from our vendor, Redreamable, I'm going to come around and show you this unusual little bowl for $8. It's a small wood bowl with hand-painted guinea hens. And I knew I forgot something. I always forget something. I forgot to move this garbage can out of my way. I just want you to see the little guinea hens. And this is for $8. Cute little primitive bowl. Yeah, you can't drive 7. I don't think most people can. And it's a very cute little bowl for just $8. And you can see the hand-painted design on there. It's very cute. Bring it back in here again. All right. From our vendor, Vintage Crush, I have a Mr. Peanuts drinking glass for $6.40. I'm doing all kinds of dance moves there. This little top hat, monocle, and cane. Very happy here. So, and that is just $6.40 for the Mr. Peanuts drinking glass. I have 2 of these. They are newer. You got the peanut glass. You got it. Mr. Peanut. I've not seen that one before. I like it. I just like his dance moves. I have 2 of these. They are newer. They're just little place settings. They've recently been reduced from $10 down to just $3 each. And they just say gather. They're just little, they do stand on your table or wherever you want to put them on a shelf. They're just little metal cutouts with the laurel leaf type thing there. And these are just $3 each for the gather. So it's cute to just put out on your little Thanksgiving table in your setting or whatever. And those are just $3 each. All right. Let me get to another Annalee here. This is the newer one. This one is made in China, I believe. Yes. This is a 2007 Annalee for just $8. There's 2 mice, Christmas mice in a basket. So you got the little white guy here and the gray guy. And again, that is the 2007, just $8 for this Annalee little set in a basket. They've got little green blanket on them, candy cane and gifts, and just happy looking. You got it, Jenna. There they go. They fit right in your scale. And I have one more Annalee to conclude. I have other stuff. This is the last of the Annalees. He is the older Annalee. Let's see if I can find his date. New Hampshire, 1971 also. Just a little Santa for $6, I think. Yeah, $6 for this 1971 Annalee Santa. I mean, you can do things with his little legs. I guess you could kind of like put him around something, have him, it looks his arms are flexible too. So you could just kind of wrap him around something if you wanted to. And here's just $6 for the 2001 Annalee. I mean, 1971 Annalee. All right. This is from our vendor, Belmont Farmhouse. This is from 1910. Okay, Kathy OG. Is that the 1971 Annalie Santa? Is it that? Is it this one? Just let me know if this is the correct, because you just said sold, so I don't know which item specifically. So I just need you to say sold Santa, so I know if that's this guy here. Yes, okay, you got it. All right, so I have the 1971 Annalie Santa for Kathy. All right. Yeah, so if you guys can just remember to put which item you're claiming sold. Lag can be anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds, so I'm on to the next and I might not know which item you're talking to. Now this is from 1910, has a few condition issues, some chips, some staining and stuff, but overall it's in pretty good condition. It is a calendar plate, 1910, and it is from J.L. Crane, General Merchandise, Franklin Furnace, New Jersey, and it is just $4.90. Like I said, it has a few little chips on it, but overall, it's not, yeah, it is a calendar. The calendar is in the headdress. So I'm gonna come around and make sure you can see those details on this plate. I'd be out sooner if I remember to do one thing tonight, but of course I forgot something. So you can see, well, here's our 1910. You can see some staining and some chips, but look at that. The calendar is in the headdress. How cool is that? And here's our local advertising there. So, and that is just $4.90 for a true antique collectible plate. This is what they call a cross collectible. So you have people that collect calendar plates. You have people that collect things with Native Americans on them. You have people that collect advertising from local shops and such. So it's a fun cross collectible for just $4.90. Great way to start a collection at a very low price there. A couple more little things to go through. I have another Christmas item here from our vendor Betty's Treasures. Still in the box. It's a Steinbach Christmas ornament for $6.40. I'm not seeing any, let me show you him. He's a little wooden guy. He's got his little hang tag here as well. Steinbach, handmade in Germany. He is wood. It looks like an iridescent blue on here. He's got a felt little hat with feathers, a little like Spaniard man here exploring with his little treasure in there. And he does have his little hanger here. So he's a combination of wood and fabric and such. And he does have his box, and that is Steinbach for just $6.40. So if you don't get up to the German market, but you want a little bit of Germany, we got that covered for you without an entry fee. You can come right on here. From our vendor, The Looking Glass, for just $5.50 is a cobalt blue glass ashtray top hat. So you have your cigarette holder portion there in the shape of a top hat, and that is cobalt blue. That is not flash glass, and that is $5.50 for the cobalt top hat. All right. For our toy aficionados, let me see. I have 3 vintage little toy cars, smaller size. The lilac one is marked Tootsie Toys very legibly. The other ones I can see the USA on them. They are the smaller. It is for all 3. You have a purple, a blue, and a green. And for all 3, $6.40 for the little Tootsie Toy cars. I have lilac, blue, and green, and that's all one money for $6.40 for all 3 of the Tootsie Toy metal with the rubber wheel cars. Pretty colors. I have from our vendor Andover Junction. This is a piece of false graph, and it is called Delicious. So it's a very pretty apple for $12. It has this pretty, you got it. I was wondering where you guys were. I'm like, these cars are right up your alley. So I've got the cars for the pops. So I grabbed them because I thought that was a good deal on those too. So I got you for the cars. False graph Delicious apple dish for $12. It has a little ladybug here. At first I thought this was a bit I'm bringing it up and I'm like, and I realize it's a ladybug. I was trying to clean that off. Pretty apple shaped with apples in it for $12. Let's see, what does it say? Dishwasher and microwave safe, so you can use that one. Ah, you got it. I have one item left at a fantastic price. Does have a small flaw on it, and she priced it extremely well because of that. I have a yellow Fiesta gravy boat with a chip here. Okay, that's all. We're talking quite usable. The pale yellow Fiesta gravy boat from Belmont Farmhouse, $1 because of that little chip that I showed you right here. Doesn't affect its usability or anything, and if you're putting it away, you just put it this way so you don't see the chip. So the yellow Fiesta gravy boat, and the nice thing is for $1 and with that chip, you're okay to use it. You always need extra gravy boats on the table, especially at the holidays, so you don't care if somebody accidentally breaks it or whatever. So, and that is genuine Fiesta for $1. Yeah. And that is going to conclude tonight's Facebook Live. I will be back again next Wednesday night with more stuff. I will be posting my vignettes daily, and you can always purchase from those, as well as visit our YouTube channel, and you can shop booths. And if you see things in there that you want, and I go past it and you want more information, please reach out. I will gladly get you that information for those items. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next week, or here in person. Take care.